Hey, what is up guys? My name is Oleg, this is Bond. Welcome back to the channel. In today's video we're gonna do something a little different. Spinnaker just updated their most popular diver watch model, the Bradner. I actually did a review of the Bradner before it was updated, that was a few months ago, and out of all Spinnaker watches on the market right now, that one was my favorite. I like the compressor style case, the specs are pretty good, and the price at $285 I thought was reasonable. So Spinnaker took that model and made a few improvements to it. They reached out to us and offered to send one in for review. Now since we just reviewed Bradner not that long ago, instead of doing a full review because the specs and the overall design hasn't changed that much, I didn't see a reason to do a full review. So instead of doing that, we're actually going to compare the new upgraded model to the old model and show you some of the upgrades. Other than that, you can just watch the old review of a Bradner model and find out all the detailed information about it. So let's get started. On the right we have the new and updated Spinnaker Bradner. On the left we have the older version without all the new updates. At a first glance, there is one difference that you can tell right away, and it's the text on the dial where it says automatic and the water resistance. So first of all, the text is larger, the font is larger on the new version as opposed to the older version. Another difference is what the text actually says. So the new version has higher water resistance. It has 180 meters of water resistance as opposed to 150 meters on the older version, which is fantastic because when I went diving with this watch and I went down to 150 meters, I was really hoping for additional 30 meters of water resistance so I could go deeper, but I didn't have that, so I had to go back up to the surface. With the new one, I can go down to 180, no problem. The new water resistance is kind of ridiculous, 30 meters extra. I mean, none of us really care about that, but I guess it was something to put on the dial. One noticeable difference between the two watches is the level of AR coating applied. So on the old version, both watches actually feature dome sapphire crystals. On the old version there is some AR coating, but not as much as on the new version. So reading this new version is a bit easier. You can even tell here. It doesn't show as well on the camera, but in person you can tell the difference. It is slightly easier to read the new version versus the old one. Another improvement between the two watches is the amount of lume applied. So the new version has better lume on the hands and on the indices. Let me pop a lume shot on the screen right now. You can see the difference between watches. Again, it's not a huge difference, it's a slight improvement, but it is there. The movement on the new version is identical to the old version, the Seiko NH35 with the custom rotor. It's a good movement. It's kind of a movement that you would expect in a micro brand watch for around $285–300. So that's what we find here. 24 joules, 21,600 beats per hour. Solid, reliable movement. Also, the case back has not changed at all. It's the same screw down case back with the display window to show off this movement. And the final improvement to the new version versus the old version are the gears on this inner rotating bezel. Unfortunately, it's very difficult to demonstrate it over video, but the rotating bezel definitely feels smoother as opposed to the old version. It's not bad, but it has more resistance and it's not as responsive or as pleasant to turn as it is on the new version. So I think that's the biggest improvement out of all. This new and improved version of Spinnaker Bradner comes in all the same color variations as the old version did, so you can still get this blue sunburst effect. Dial one, I think that still is my favorite color combination. Right now they are in pre-orders until May 6th, so from April 23rd until May 6th, if you pre-order one of these watches, and in a couple of weeks they will be shipping them out. You will also get a free rubber strap from Spinnaker. It's a Tropic rubber strap. We've seen these straps on a few different diver watches, which is a nice inclusion because one of the negatives that I had with this watch when I reviewed it was the fact that it's a diver watch that comes on the leather strap. Even though the leather strap is pretty good, still is a leather strap with a diver watch right out of the box. So if you order before May 6th, I think you will also get this free Tropic rubber strap. Pretty good quality, and on their website these straps are like 50 bucks, so pretty expensive. Comes in this kind of a pouch. It has It has the pins, and it also has the pins removal tool to change the straps. Which brings me to some of the negatives that I still have with the watch. They did some improvements to it, but one of the biggest negatives that I had for the watch before was the fact that it doesn't have quick release pins. This new version still does not feature quick release pins. That would have been a very welcomed addition. And the price is still the same at $285. Now you can look at that in two different ways. You can look at it as, hey, they did all these improvements and the price is still the same at $285. Plus you get a free strap if you order before May 6th. Or you could look at it in a different way, saying, hey, this watch was a bit too expensive to begin with, and now even with all the new updates and all the new upgrades to the watch, it still is a bit too expensive at $285. Alright guys, so that was the overview for all the new updates in Spinnaker Bradner. I'm really happy that Spinnaker actually took their time and invested some resources in improving this watch. They didn't have to do this because the watch was already pretty good, but I'm happy to see companies actually take their time, take their resources, and improve a pretty good watch, make it even better. So I gotta applaud Spinnaker for that, and I encourage other watch companies to do the same. I'm glad that they're listening to feedback from customers. They're testing out their watches and seeing where they can improve them. The improvement wasn't you know, drastic, it wasn't dramatic, but it was a pretty good step. So well done, Spinnaker. I appreciate you watching this video until the end. Please leave a comment in the comment section below. Let me know what you think about this Spinnaker Bradner, and what do you think about the new updates. Is the watch missing something? Leave all those thoughts in the comment section below. I always enjoy reading your comments. By the way, today I'm I'm wearing a G-Shock. I just came home from the gym. That's why I look like garbage. I smell even worse. Still haven't done a review of this watch. However, I did an unboxing and my initial impressions for it. I will leave that video linked in the description below. Also in the description below, there is a secret link. Have a look if you're curious. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you had fun, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.